Good morning, potato chips. How you doing? It's wee Paddy back again. Had another wee absence, but I'm not going to go into any details. It's just family stuff that I had to get involved in. But we're back again with a wee video, and I'm over the moon to bring you this one because I got this about a week ago, and it's fantastic. I just love it, and the thing I love more about it is it's a UK company who are now selling knives that we find quite hard to get over here on a you have to actually really do some work to get some of the knives that they sell in America over here. But I'm happy to say this company, like another company, Who Knives, which I done a presentation on their knives, and I've left this out here for a reason I'll get back to in a wee second. This is a Bestech Junzi, and it's brought to us in the UK by a company called Twisted Assisted. Now, I'll have all the details down below in the description, how to contact them. I'll put Who Knives down as well, because they're two British companies that I love to support. One, because they both have got the knives they have for sale at the moment are fantastic. Some are on pre-order. I think he's actually got some more of the all black ones of these Who Knives version 1. But they're two fantastic companies that have got customer care right at the forefront. They're two gentlemen to deal with. This new gentleman is called James Richards, and he's on Instagram under that name. But he's got a website where you can go and purchase this knife. He has these in at the moment. You can go and purchase them, and I'll tell you more about them and why I think Paddy's Potato Peelers, Little Chips, should get over there and buy them because they're fantastic. I'm going over the top, but I'm genuinely, this is to have two companies now that I can go to when I want to buy a good, really good standard of British, a knife in Britain. I can buy them here. I don't have to send to America or Europe or other. I can get them in my own country, and that's brilliant. But they'll send anywhere. They're like any company. They'll send anywhere. You just pay the shipping, that's all it is. But this is just fantastic. Bestech, as you know, it's a Chinese brand, OEMs, that make fantastic knives. And they're making some of the knives for the top-notch designers out there at very high-end prices. And in fact, this knife, I'll set this over here now. This knife is the Bestech Junzi. Now, you probably have seen this before. When it was on sale from Bestech in the States, it was titanium and M390, I think, or S35VN, but it was about £170, which is quite expensive for the average man. And I have a lot of average men, myself included, in my subscribers, and they're not going to, they don't want to spend that much on a knife, or they can't, or, it's a risk when you're buying something across from America to get it over here and hoping everything's all right. With these two companies, you've got the man in charge that you can speak to. They'll just deal with you as if you're special. And that's great. I just love that. So anyway, what's this knife look like? Let's give you a quick look at the knife. Now, this is not a flicky out knife. Now, he has been on and showing that I can nearly get it. But to be honest with you, I'm an oil fart and I don't have the finger strength that I used to have. But you can do it one-handed quite easily. I just use I'm just going to show you that again. I use my two fingers either side of it. Just push it out. You're breaking the detent, and you can push it straight up. There is a little half stop, but it's more of a click than it does any difference. But look at that. Isn't that a beautiful little knife? Now, I'm going to do the measurements on this one, just so that you can see what you're buying. Now, the cutting edge is a full 2.5 inches, and it's under 3 inches to the back. So completely legal. Absolutely legal. Oh, sorry, I meant to do overall. Sorry. Oh, get up there. So overall, it is 6 3/4, say. Roughly 6 3/4 long. Beautiful little knife. But Paddy, I'm scared of slip joints. It's nice you showing it, but I'm not that keen on using them. Fear ye not, because this is completely safe for anyone. Look, it's a bit small. I get about 3.5 fingers on when I hold back here. So if I want a bit of reach, it's there. And I'm not worried. I will use it. And it's just a matter of getting used to a slip joint. But if you can't be bothered waiting and getting used to it, the forward choil is the saviour of slip joints for those who are not that are just unsure, that haven't used a slip joint. You put your finger in there, that knife, unless you cut the whole of this finger off on a blunt bit of metal, which is here, and has a bit of jimping on it, it's completely safe. You cannot close it on yourself. Look, I can push it, so I'm going to push. Now, if you're going to have that much force behind the knife, you're in the wrong place. I don't know whether you can see that, but that is just where it got me. It's so safe. So safe. And like any knife, caution as always. Always a prerequisite to using a knife. Be careful and use your knife properly. But as far as safety goes, this is stupendous. From back here, look at that. So if you need to get a bit of reach, don't worry, because if it goes, that's what happens. Look, it's nowhere near my finger. So again, it's just the safety aspect of it is brilliant. The design to make a knife that good in the forward choil or back here, that takes a lot of design, and adding that little bit of extra into a knife that you'll be amazed when I tell you the price is, by the way. Now, this is in D2. Again, I've always said it, I'm a lover of D2. Stop moaning about D2. It's a fantastic steel. It's not high-end, but you get good blade retention, and it cuts for donkeys. So it's a great steel. I love it. So this comes in, and it's like a bead blast here. It's really, it's like a real powdered bead blast. It's lovely done. There's the Bestech logo on there, and the best of all, there you go, twisted assisted, which is a, I'm going to bring, it's a skull. I'll bring it up close. I've got the wee, here's you got a skull with a gas mask on. I just think it's lovely. Really good. And when I got my knife, now I don't know whether everybody will get it, but I got one of his cards, and you get one of the twist assisted stickers, which I'm sure he probably gives to everybody. But if he doesn't, I've just dropped him right in it. So there you go. I think this is fantastic. 2.5 inches is perfectly good. You have an absolutely lovely blade thickness. It's not spiky thin, but it's for an EDC knife that you want to do all sorts of little jobs, not just slicing. This is a full flat ground that comes down to a nice edge. This will slice anything you want. You know what I mean? That's there. What's that? I would say that's about 2.5 mil. But weight-wise, this is the other nice thing, and I don't know whether you'll agree. I like the titanium knives because there's a bit of weight in them. There's this have to be the lightest knife out there. Everybody wants the lightest, and that, I can understand that. But once I've got one light one that I can carry in my shorts or beach or whatever, I don't need any more. I like to have a knife that's got a little bit of substance. And this has, because it's got a solid back. Look at this here. It's beautifully done. It's nearly done. These are rounded up, not rounded, but they're hafted. And they've got swedge from top to bottom down here, which is lovely. There's no hard edges on this knife at all. None whatsoever. You'll see on the inside there. Yeah, you can see it's weight relieved on the inside. A beautiful sunken clip, deep carry, and it's beautiful. Plenty of room, no problem whatsoever. The Torx screws are great. Now, the other thing that I am always going to say now, for those who maybe are just getting into knives, get yourself a weigh bits. That's the little Torx bits. They're great quality. I got this with a Boker. This is from Heine, but they actually do they do one on this website here, Twisted Assisted, that's got a spinning top handle, so you can actually turn without lifting your hand off and on. I can't think what it's called. Anyway, they sell them on his site. At the moment, their site is this knife, but this company was out before the Euro all kicked off. When the Euro all kicked off, they just found it really difficult to trade and get stuff in, so they had to sit back for a bit. They're back now, and they are more than ready to take on this challenge they've got now. It's getting knives for the UK market. They're already in consultation with other knife companies that will make a knife for us with a UK friendly knife, and he's in contact. He's doing them, and he's going to do them in the cheaper versions like the T10 or the G10 and the Damascus. God's sake, Stephen, get your words right. What do you call them? A canvas micarta and things like that. There's so many different scales for this, and he sells them on his site. So, I mean, you're getting stuff posted in the UK Absolutely fantastic. But he has stacks of sales, different colours. Just go onto his site and give it a look. I just think it's brilliant. I really do. He even sells spare bearings, screws. They're all on his site. Just fantastic. But this is his main project at the minute, getting this up and selling, get a bit of money behind it, and then buy more from another company who'll make knives that are available in other places in the world that are not UK legal, and he'll bring them into our country, UK legal. So I just think it's fantastic. I love it. And here's a couple of things that's coming on. As you'll notice, this is not left-handed. And for those who have bought them, could be a little bit aggrieved, but fear not. Twisted Assisted, thinking of our left-handed friends. I know they're not normal people, but they have a right to have a knife. There's a left-hand conversion kit coming for these. And probably future models will have left and right, because they're also going to have recessed, the recessed plaque in titanium that will fit in if you're left or right-handed, whichever one you choose. You can blank off the other one. Or if you just want to carry this in a slip, because this is a smallish knife, do you know what I mean? You could put it in a slip or just drop it in your pocket if you don't want to use a clip. So he's bringing in blanks. You could take this off, put the blank in, and your knife looks lovely. There's also a limited run of US micarta. So that's going to be all different flavours of the micarta handles coming for this knife that you can go on his site and buy them. So you're not having to buy another knife, you're just buying the scales. Super. There's also, this is exclusives to you're getting. Nobody else has got these. This is on Paddy's channel. There's an exclusive pre-sales run of 100 titanium scales for this knife. So you're not having to spend 170, all in one go. Maybe if you've bought this, you can get the titanium scales, put it on it. Absolutely super. So he's trying to cover every base, and well done to him. I think he's great. But forget all that he's doing and what he's going to do. What I've got here is a knife that is fantastic. It is a UK legal knife. It feels a bit of weight on it. It's probably about 3.5, somewhere around there. But it's just lovely. The thumb studs are lovely. They don't hurt your finger. You can actually, if you want to flick this hard enough, you can get it to close like that. So it is got that. But getting it out, I just push it out and then move it up. Lovely. I really do like it. It's such an easy knife to use. It's sturdy enough for any job that EDC will ever want of you. It's got a nice thin edge, flat ground, well ground, sharpener's choil that gets ahead of, it's actually up ahead of where it comes down. Sometimes you see these, when they're not completely crisp, like most knives aren't, you'll get a little ridge here, and they don't bring their choil back. This is perfect. It exceeds that, so you're not going to get a smile. Easy to sharpen, unfixed or by hand. I can't recommend it enough. I really can't. And here's another British option. It's another British dealer that does this. This was this knife from Who Knives. Go and check them out. There's a review on my channel of them. And the reason I'm bringing them up in this is because they're another company that's trying to get everything right. This is his first knife. The first pocket clips were a bit weak, and they were moving back and forward. And if I can get the light to show you, there you go. The first clip was rubbing along here because there was that much movement in it. So he had promised us he would get new clips, and bearing in mind you have to get them over to China, and they have to be specially made because these are deep. They're screwed from the inside here, and so he had to get them specially made for this knife. He now has them. He sent me one, and I believe anybody who had wanted one is getting one sent to them. But he fixed the problem straight away. This does not move. Here's my finger. Look, I'm actually pushing that. It doesn't move. It's fantastic. Really solid clip. Recessed. Obviously recessed because it's out the back here. But there's nothing in there to stop that getting into your pocket. I love it. So thank you very, very much to Who Knives. That is now perfect. This is another perfect model. And, this one's about 120 now, I believe they are. This is 60. So you've got two options of, a mid-range and a high range. And I'm saying mid and high because that's what they are to most people. Once you hit 100, it's quite high range to a lot of people. But that's worth getting. If you were to buy that in America with titanium and M390, you would not get it at that price. they're going from, just under 200 and up for titanium. So that is a absolutely cracking buy. This is a mid-range, and this is attainable to most people. If you want to save up a couple of weeks, £60 or thereabouts, it's going to be 60-ish. I just think that is such a great bargain for fit and finish that is absolutely perfect. I mean, I can look and find faults if you want, but I haven't even found a fault with this without looking. I've taken this apart about 3 times now. It goes back together perfect. This I'm going to take apart because he kindly sent me these. They're my Carta scales. I love them. It's black and grey, really nice colour. So they will go on here. And the next time I show you this knife, it'll be on Instagram and it'll look like that. So I'm chuffed, and I'm actually going to order another set of scales, which I've seen that he's got on his website, that look fantastic. So I can have this knife now. I can have it the basic model with a G10, or I can have it with my Carta of all different handles. There's UK Carta Common, titanium scales if I want it. So I can build around this knife. And give myself changes so that it refreshes it. Super. I love it. So there you go. That's the Bestech Junzi from Twisted Assisted. I highly recommend them. Super job. I'll leave the details all in the description for them. James, that's who owns the company, James Richards, absolutely smashing fella. And there you go. 2 knives, different price ranges, so I don't feel I'm putting them against each other. And I don't care because choice is good. And Who Knives and Twisted Assisted are doing it for me because it's UK knives that we can use. They're legal to use, but also they're knives that we wouldn't normally get at these prices because we always have to buy from abroad for the nicer knives. Now we're getting the nicer knives here with us in this country, and you get choices. That's the nice bit. So there you go. Thank you very much to James. Now, I bought this and he gave me it at cost price because he's just starting out as well. He let me buy it at cost price. He threw them in for nothing. So, James, I thank you very much. And for those of you out there, that would never sway my opinion. It would never. I got this one for nothing. I rave about it. So, the other wee recommendations is use wee habits when you're doing these knives. And also KPL, I find, I had to actually write it on. These bottles last for donkeys. Donkeys. I mean, this must be about a year old. I had to write KPL on it so as you'd know what it was. I recommend KPL and Weah. I'm not. Oh, sorry, I did get this supplied. Oh, gosh, I'm nearly gone. But it doesn't matter. To me, it's the best that I've used anyway. And the Weah, not supplied by Weah, but they're good bits. And the reason I'm saying that is I had to buy that because I have other ones down. My good Weah bits are down the caravan. So I used one of my cheap screwdrivers, and on one of my knives, I just wrenched off the screw. So I'm going to recommend Weah bits that are fantastic. KPL for keeping these lubricated, and they keep them lubricated for a longer. This KPL keeps them lubricated for a longer time than anything else I've used. I like it. There we go. God, how do we advertise morning? Paddy the exec. I'm going to get a suit on, I think. Oh, I can't even get a blooming shirt on. Anyway, take care. Paddy's away. Bye-bye.